Alright guys, today we're going to be putting a Power Hungry Performance Hydra chip on this 7.3 we got here. I'm going to open it up, kind of show you what we get and what they include in the package. There's a lot of options out there for these for tuners and stuff, but this is by far the best one you can get. It's our choice for sure. So here you got your control. Right here you got the chip itself. Don't forget you do have to program it. These do not come pre-programmed unless you do that at checkout. Depending on where you buy it from, they can, but you will need to know the hex code for your truck. So we'll show you what we got here. It's very simple to program if you need to do it yourself at home. Basically you can plug into this USB right here, hook it right to the computer. This is where our ribbon cable will go. I'll show you that in just a second, which attaches to the selector itself. And this part goes on the computer. We'll show that here in a minute. Let's see what else we got in here. Got our wire brush. That's for cleaning off the board on the computer. Unbox this present here. It's a nice sticker. Makes Power Hungry. We got these at Full Force Diesel, and they send you this card so you can actually put your programs on there. Pretty simple. Or once you're putting them on the computer, you can also click print and have it on a big piece of paper. That's nice. Scotch Brite, Brillo pad, whatever you want to call it. That's to clean the computer off as well. Keep that right there. I don't know what that's about. And we got our ribbon cable. So let's see. The ribbon cable, pretty simple ordeal here. And they do sell longer ones if you want to run the unit itself in a different location. A lot of guys will run them up on by the rear view mirror, stuff like that. I forget how long this one. I think it's a 3-footer, but you can get 6-foot, 8-foot, etc. These just plug in right here, very simple, here to the chip. Got your USB cable, hook it to the computer. Pretty simple. So other than that, that's everything that comes in the package. Tool wise, you won't need a whole lot. We've got a 10 mil on electric ratchet, got a 7 mil to pull the computer out of the truck. We've got a flathead here. This kind of helps me pry the computer out. We'll show you that in a second. And I use this sometimes to help scrape a little bit of glue on the computer. So let's get started. Alright guys, first things first, take the cables off. If you're ever going to be messing with a computer or anything like that, take the cables off. They weren't that loose. We already loosened them for the video, make it a little easier. Alright, now it's loose. Just give it a nice little tug and pull it out. Next we'll go in the cab and unbolt the computer. We're going to disconnect the computer from its bracket. Let's see if we got a light so we can see up in here. Let's see. There we go. Go in there, you can see the 7 mils. Yep, right there. Oh, lefty loosey. Got this one. Good. Yep. Alright, and there's one more I can't get to it. Can't see the. Alright. There we go. Alright, can you see that one? Oh. We're gonna need a clip pry tool, so add that to our tools list. This nobody's ever messed with it, which is awesome. So we got to pop these off. Let's see. That one. Try to be gentle with these. They are old. All right. Now that we're up in there. We got one more 7 mil. All right. Now that we got our bolts removed, you should be able to just kind of pry to the side and pull it out. And sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. This one's gonna work with us, maybe. Nope. All right, so this is where our flathead comes in. Hard to see. Let's see if I can get some light on this so you can tell. There's just a little plastic part of the box up here. If you turn it sideways. I don't know if you can. All right, now she's coming. And that's it. We're out. All right, guys, this is the little clip right here I was talking about that I hit with the flathead. It just gets stuck behind a metal bracket in there. So you just got to pry that in a little bit to the side and the computer will pull right out. Now that we've got it out, pay attention to this here. Little golden tab there. Slide the computer out. Just don't lose that. What it does, keeps pressure on the back of the computer and keeps it in there nice and tight. So don't lose that. And as long as this is still on your truck, this is the number we need right here. We're going to input that on the computer so we can figure out what tunes this needs. Prime both spots, should pull right off. And on this one you can tell it's never been touched, still has a silicone on it, whatever this is. We're going to have to scratch all that off. We're going to use our wire brush that they sent and get it all cleaned up. Alright guys, now we have to make a hole in this plastic piece here for the ribbon to go through so that it can go through attached to the chip. What I like to do, I reference the little clip here, pull the computer out, make sure it's in the right way. You've got these little locator tabs on the plug so that way you know it's going in which way. These face the driver fender. So if you can see here, the chip is on more of this side, the top I guess you would say of the computer. That's where the wire is going to go in. So I'm going to make my hole right in this area right here. I like to make it as small as possible. You don't want dirt, water, or anything getting up in there because it's right there by your feet and the floorboard. So remove that. And we're going to go ahead. Don't lose that. I like to use this little guy right here. And go in there nice and roll. Good. We're just going to clean all the plastic up around it, make it look nice, and that should work. All right, guys, we got our files on our chip, printed them out. It's a lot easier. We like to print them out like this on a big sheet, easy to see, and so it's ready to go on the truck. So now you take your ribbon. It's got a locator on the cord itself. See right there. You can see on the chip. Don't try and force it the other way. So that goes right in there. And now we're going to take our box here, run it through, come out our fancy little hole here. If I can get it to go. I got them fat fingers, let me tell you. Alright, pull the slack on out. And now don't forget our little tab. I'm going to call it a keeper. I don't even know what this is called. But it slides right back in. Helps keep our computer secure. And now we can put our chip on. We're getting close to the fun part. That just slides right in. I like to make sure that's nice and straight. Slides right in there. This can only go one way. And I like to take my fingers and put them on the chip so we don't hurt anything. And just make sure it's in there nice and tight. And again, make sure we're going the right way with this. And pull our slack through as we go. I've got it backwards. We're gonna flip, just like that. Make sure our tab ordeal is still in there. And pull our slack. Just be careful with these ribbons. I'm not gonna say they're that brittle, but you definitely could rip them easy. Alright, got that through. Let's see. Make sure our ribbon's not twisted up in there. It looks like it's pretty good. It's held in nice. Got our tab. Everything looks like we're doing good so far. Now let's go put it in the truck. And that's what you want it to look like right there. It's nice in there. It's not getting mashed or anything like that. Alright guys, we're going to pop this panel off right here so we have access to see the wiring underneath the dash. And you can use a flathead or your fingers or whatever you want there. Get this out of the way. And then we're going to pop the bezel a little bit here. Just enough to where we can reach through, because I like to bring the ribbons up through here, and we'll Velcro the unit right there. So what we're going for is that right there, and hide our wire as much as possible. All right guys, now we're going to plug our switch in here. It's got a locator on the back of it. Inside there for the plug, it only goes one way, just like into the chip. So let's see. Make sure it's in there nice and snug. And we're going to go wash our hands, get some alcohol to clean the dash off right here. And we're going to Velcro it right there, and then we'll be done with it. All right, now we're going to apply the Velcro. And I like to put it on the switch itself first. Leave one of the clear backs on there so you can really press it in. And peel that off if you can. The way my fingernails are set up, I don't have any. There we go. Alright, now push your ribbon in as much as you can so it hides. And we're going to stick it right about there. And you just want to center it, make it look nice, and hide the ribbon as much as possible. And push the dash back in. Make sure that's all set. Then we can apply some more pressure here. Make sure it's good. On its Velcro, we're good to go. This is the way we mounted this one. There's multiple options you can do. The customer chose to go this route. They've got recessed pockets you can cut into the dash. There's many ways to do it. Gauge pods, all the above, but this works just fine. It's simple. All right, now we plug the main harness back into the computer. Should go right in there. Get your 10 mil on there and tighten it up. Now we can put our battery cables back on. Let's see. Now that we got it up and running, I like to test them out real quick. We've got it on number 1. We're going to go to 3, which is our high idle, just to verify. Now we can put everything back together, get all the wires zip tied up, and take it down the road.